Katara versus Azula. Who wins between these two powerful benders if they were to face off in a full-scale battle? That's the battle I have for y'all today. Like, share, and subscribe, as well as comment down below on any thoughts you have about this video. Now, before getting right into the video, let me just state that I'm only going to be using these two characters from the 3 seasons of Avatar: The Last Airbender on Nickelodeon, not Legend of Korra or anything else. And I will not be using Azula empowered by Susan's comment, because if I was to use Azula empowered by Susan's comment, then I'm going to use Katara with the full moon, and then that just seems like a pointless fight. So I'm more or less just using them on a regular basis, and I'm giving Katara a bit of water on her side, because I just feel it's unfair for her to fight with a small water pouch while she's facing off against someone like Azula. So she has a decent bit of water by her side, like the little river in the Fire Nation or the river in Ba Sing Se, either one. Now, let's get into it and start with their physical attributes. Well, obviously, in terms of strength, speed, durability, and combat skills, I will easily lean towards Azula being superior in all of those aspects. She is a trained soldier, as obviously firebenders are naturally trained in hand-to-hand combat to assist with their firebending, so naturally all her physical attributes are greater than most other characters. And we do know she's also quite quick and agile, as Aang and Toph weren't able to actually land any attacks on her during their encounter during the whole Black Sun thing. So she's definitely stronger, faster, more agile, and more durable, as well as a better fighter than Katara. Now, I will though say, it's not like Katara is physically weak in comparison, and it's not like Katara can't keep up with her speed and agility. Katara is quite agile herself, and she can definitely keep up with Azula's levels of speed, and she's also tanked a lot of different attacks from a variety of different characters. So it's not like she's horrible or bad in all of these aspects, it's just I'll slightly lean towards Azula being superior in all of them instead of Katara. But then obviously you have to start talking about their power, or their bending power, and this is the one that gets really complicating and also very, very interesting, because Azula is one of the greatest firebenders throughout the entirety of the Avatar universe, right? Her signature blue flames indicate how strong and powerful her firebending actually is, and she's able to use it in a variety of different ways, defensively, offensively, able to use it to kind of fly with her fire jets, and obviously she's also able to use lightning bending, which is a one-shot win, a powerful attack. Yes, it does take a bit of time to generate, but it is still nevertheless quite powerful. On the other hand though, Katara is a waterbender, a master waterbender by the end of the series. I mean, she is also a bit of a prodigy herself, because the moment she got properly trained in waterbending, she became absolutely insane in waterbending. It is a naturally superior element to firebending, as it has a much larger arsenal. Like, it has a lot of different ways of attacking just using basic waterbending. Like, it can just be very offensive and defensive with basic waterbending, and then you can change it into ice and use it as ice bending, also defensive and offensive in both ways. And then she also has a bit of healing with that, which makes her even more powerful. So I think naturally Katara has a far larger arsenal than Azula, and if she has that decent bit of water by her side, then I think the advantage in terms of power is easily going to Katara. Now, who do I actually think wins this battle if these two powerful characters are to face off in a full-scale battle? Well, I'll be completely honest, right? Not many people will agree with this, but I'd actually say there's like a 50-50 chance either one wins, or like a 5-10 chance either one could win. But if I absolutely had to pick one, I do think there's quite a hard chance Katara might actually win the fight. Like, believe it or not, I think there's a decent chance for Katara actually beating Azula. See, the reason why I believe that to be the case is because though Azula might be superior to Katara in almost every natural physical aspect, Katara's far larger arsenal, as well as her natural ability of being able to keep up with Azula's speed and agility, might give her the edge in this battle. And one of the main reasons I think it's quite possible for Katara to actually beat Azula if she has a decent arsenal on her side is because we've actually seen her defeat Azula in her past. Now, I know the fight in the Fire Nation when she was fighting Azula for the kind of final time or whatever. I know it wasn't necessarily fair because Azula wasn't at her best in that point, but prior to that, when they fought in Ba Sing Se, Azula was at her best, and yet she needed Zuko to actually save her from Katara, because Katara had technically bested her in that specific moment. Katara, with a decent enough arsenal, can attack Azula in so many different ways, that actually allowed her to technically defeat Azula in the past, and in their final battle, technically she did defeat Azula regardless of Azula not being stable. You see, as I already stated, though Azula is superior to Katara in almost every physical aspect, Katara still can't keep up with Azula in all of those aspects. I mean, even with Azula's lightning bending, Katara has been shown being able to dodge Azula's lightning bending. And on top of that, Again, Katara does naturally have a superior or larger arsenal, especially if she has a decent enough water by her side. She can negate Azula's firebending as well as attack in a lot more ways than Azula can attack her, especially if you also consider the fact that she can turn her water into ice and then attack in a variety of different ways with the ice. See, it's an interesting fight because Azula is greater than Katara in almost every physical aspect, and then on the regular, she is obviously an insane firebender. But if Katara has a decent enough water source by her side, I think she has quite a high chance of actually defeating Azula. And I think it's only fair to give her a decent enough water source and not just give her a small pouch of water and expect her to defeat Azula. Because if she does have just a small pouch of water, then I would lean towards Azula winning the fight, because it's not nearly enough water for Katara to make much of a difference. I mean, she can still do a bit of damage, but she's not going to make a great enough difference in the battle to actually allow her to claim it. But if she has a decent enough water source, like the small river in Ba Sing Se or in the Fire Nation, just any of those, or even smaller than that, I think Katara does have the capabilities of defeating Azula, especially if you consider the fact that she literally has. Now, I know many people are going to have a lot of comments and thoughts about this. You're going to probably be very, very angry about it, and I completely understand, okay? Please leave those comments down below. I'd love to see them, regardless of them not being on my side. Anyway, that's all I got for y'all for today. This is MC Info with another MC Clash. I'm out.